Hello guys, I am literally it's 11:08 p.m. on the 12th. On the 12th. I don't know if I can do this. I didn't realise I forgot. It's the 12th of May and I've just realised that it's the 13th. It's the 13th of May tomorrow. Amber knows what tomorrow is. If she could just let you guys know what tomorrow is for me, please, so I can carry on. Breathe. Tomorrow is the 13th of May. This isn't what I come on to do. This isn't what I come on to do. I just realised. Oh, my heart hurts. So much. Oh, my heart hurts. I'm gagged. I'm about 10 draconian gagging orders. And I'm not allowed to talk. I go to prison. I'm not an actor. I'm a mum. I'm just a mum. I'm just a mum. Kids I can't talk about. You bastards. You bastards. You bastards. You bastards. You bastards for doing this to my family. To my family. You fucking bastards. And you want to put me under the mental health bracket for what you've done to my family. My legs are shaking. Yet my camera is fucking still. And my laptop is right on my legs. And my shaking stops me from fucking killing the people who kidnap my kids and threaten me and many others around the world, that if they take their kids, if they talk about the state kidnapping their kids, I'm not even going to dry my fucking eyes for these people. I'm going to wear my tears, not with pride. I don't believe in pride. Pride is the hardest sin to beat. With pride comes a grief. And pride, LGBT, you're going down. You're going down. I am shutting you down. I have told the police that there will be no more of your cannons of sperm parading, degrading, debauchery fucking shit on our streets. And we are cleaning your hell-ridden, disgusting, vermine, fucking shagging children in little places down. Your gender neutralization done. Taking our children for forced adoption, trafficking our children to parties where you choose blue-eyed, green-eyed, brown-eyed, black, white, purple, fucking pink children get shot down. You finger, fuck, touch one of the children under my care. The paedophile hunters are coming for you. Oh, yeah. Lucy Faithful Foundation is taking every single one of you off our streets. And I'm here, not right now. I wasn't thinking of doing this. But I need millions to clean these people off our streets, out of our schools, out of our government. Your pie information exchange unit, your black fucking internet, whatever cucking fucking bullshit you want to call this shit, is gone. Right now on my computer, I'm running CryptoTab. I ask you all just to download it and let all of your information be shared to these people and fill them with a fucking virus. These laptops, do you really give a shit about your laptop? Do you really give a shit about your mineral fucking phones that children and mothers are hung to trees and have their hands tied behind while they rape their babies for this, for the mineral in this, so it vibrates in your back pocket. And you pay how much for this? I don't even get this amount of money a month. I was given iPhones. Seriously, I just want to go. could. Magician went behind. It's all illusion. You brainwashed sheeps. And I'm not talking to the people that follow me. Follow? Why do you follow me? Why? Why do you follow me? Seriously, come on, let's do this. Why do you follow me? You fucking sheeps. Why do you sit on Crackbook day in, day out, looking at other people's lives and making yourself feel like shit? Why do you troll people? Why do you bully people? Why do you become narcissistic fucking cunts and pricks? Why do you do these things? To any person who takes me personally, I don't give a shit. I am not here to people please. I'm not here to have Crackbook friends. I am not here to be your friend. I am not here for you to like me. I am not here for you to know me. I am not here for you to judge me. I am not here for you to even actually talk about me. What gives you any right to sit around a table and, what does the Bible call it? Gossip. I'm a fag. So don't cotton in it. Oh my word. Did you hear about so-and-so really? It's like, oh yeah, he went out the other night, didn't he? He got a blowjob down the back of the fucking pub. Do you know? You've just fucking destroyed somebody with information. It was probably a bunch of fucking shit. I don't know, some staggering fucking woman that he's probably just giving her a helping hand. And because you're a gossip muckering fucking piece of fucking low-life shit. You've got nothing better to do with their lives. Because actually, what do you do? Watch EastEnders, Coronation Street and Emmerdale, and what else do you do with your lives? Fuck all, because you don't know yourselves. So then they want to say you've got borderline personality because you live on a border, because you don't know, what is it? Do you roller skate? I don't know, I've never tried. I'm not being nasty. I'm just, look, if you've been on this live with me, I've just realised it's the 13th of fucking May tomorrow, yeah? I haven't seen my two angels, Aaron and Faith. Your gags? Really? You think you're going to gag this? My son's just got really annoyed with me because he's got work tomorrow and he's probably bust his ankle and all this stuff, and we have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It's Ehlers-Danlos syndrome a month, and apparently I got to support this fucking bullshit organisation called EDS fucking support groups. I don't want to be part of any bullshit fucking support group that focuses on what you can't do, that sits around talking about drama. If you go to one of these conferences, they've all got these fucking neck braces on looking like this with chickens down their fucking throats, sitting in fucking wheelchairs with the braces on the legs and the things, and they want to be a fucking cripple. Well, I don't really want to live like that. And just because some cunt called Erlos and some bastard called Danlos, who I don't really know, so I haven't really got a right to call them a cunt or a bastard, really, because I've never sat down and had a meal with them and had a chat and got to know them personally. So I shouldn't really say that they're that, really, and I'm sorry for saying that, but really they are cunts, because I've been labelled by them for like, I don't know, since I was 22. I didn't get labelled. What am I, a fucking tin of beans? So anyway, I didn't get labelled until I was 22. But I had a bit of an idea a few years before, because my mum got labelled that she had it in her ankles or something. So anyway, my partner at the time, obviously, like, was an ODP, operating department practitioner. I was married to somebody who works in surgery and does all them putting you to sleep, and like spent a lot of time with his head in between legs. Yeah, mowed a few lawns, stuff like that. Helped a few babies come into the world. Anyway, let's get back to what I was talking about. And I was talking to a midwife today, and she actually lives in Gibraltar. Her and her husband work over in Gibraltar. That has no benefit system. Do your research on Gibraltar, right, and see, could you live in Gibraltar? Because you have to serve yourself 100%. You can actually get some form of job seekers, blah, blah, blah. However, Brexit, EU, stuff like that. Basically, let me just say what tomorrow is, by the way. Tomorrow is the last time I saw two of my children, Aaron and Faith, and I haven't seen them since the 13th. Oh, I'm going to break down again. With every breakdown comes a breakthrough. One thing that I really fucking hate about myself, and it really, 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 really annoys me sometimes, is I have this remote control in me. And my mum infuriates me. Like, seriously, she does. I love my mum so much, but she fucking infuriates me because she's like an armadillo. She's like so soft on the inside and fucking hard on the outside. And she's like this rhino thick fucking skin thing. And I'm not really thick-skinned. And my mum really gets annoyed with me because I take everything personally. I get really upset about little trivial things. Like, I cry at silly things in films, and like, I'm one of these people that if I'm pissed off with you, then I'll tell you I'm pissed off with you, and I will be mad at that time. And if I'm in a state of anxiety, then obviously, you know, my emotions are like trying to tell me something, and sometimes this and this and this and this and this just isn't connected. Do you know what I mean? And I'm severed from source, and I'm in the flesh, so to say, and I like get rattled, and you got all these overloads. You know what I mean? So like, and you got to deal with other people and stuff, and me in the city, for fuck's sake. Like, do you cunts realise what I fucking do for you? Do you realise what I go through for you? Because I don't do this for me, by the way, because my situation is really easy for me to resolve. And actually, if I could dedicate 100% of my time to my own life and get my own life in order, then actually, like, I could be living a really, really lovely life right now and really enjoying my future with my future husband for next year on the 21st of July 2020. Oh no, it's actually the 20th. So it's it's 20, but it was meant to be 20. Yeah, so 20, I can't remember. But anyway, we were meant to be getting married. We've got 2 boys. Anyway, Elijah and Shiloh had so much fun. Hey, do you know my son? I'm actually known on the track as Elijah's mum. Like, seriously, I met quite a few people today that don't know me, but all of a sudden I went, Elijah, come in. They went, oh, Elijah. Is that Elijah that was at London? They went, oh, you his mum? Like, Elijah's so confident. Like, seriously, he'll go down and sit in the laps of like whoever he chooses. But I tell you what, if your energy is too dark, like, he'll stamp his ground with you immediately. Do you know what I mean? But if you need some healing, a bit of loving, a bit of TLC, or like you need someone to chat to, or you need your spirits raised, then like he's like sat with you. Do you know what I mean? He'll give you a hug, and when he leaves, like, stuff like that. So like, he's really, 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 really beautiful soul. Like, Shiloh is as well, but I'm gonna have a bit of a challenge with Shiloh because he's going to be an ultimate fighting warrior like his dad, and be one of them that don't go to any formal clubs because Dean is banned from fighting anywhere. Like, seriously, he's banned. He can't go to boxing clubs. He can't go to any ultimate fighting clubs. He can't even go to the underground fight clubs. We don't talk about fight clubs. Dean's concept is touch my family, step to me, assault me, step to me in any form of physical, aggressive manner, make me feel that I'm under any form of threat, attack, where I feel that I have to defend, netball, defenders, attackers, centers. That I feel that I have, this is Dean's, I'm talking about Dean's concept, is his value to his family is that if you put his family under threat, then he would assume that you are stepping to him to cause him harm, distress, put his family under some threat, and ultimately kill you.
Dean's mentality comes from living on the streets as a runaway child who ran away from foster care. I don't have the thing to talk about his story at the moment because our relationship is turbulent. He blocks me a lot. We talk, we don't talk, you know, so like, blah, 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 blah. I don't really want to talk about my personal life per se, but my personal life is what I've chosen to talk about prior to getting into a relationship with Dean. And I've always been a single mum, pretty much. So I've always been at liberty to make my decisions and do what I want when I want, before I want. Do you know what I mean? I make my own boundaries, guidelines, and nobody runs me. The Lord, you know, we do what we do, and Mother Earth, we work the way that we do, and my angels, and you know, my cross that I picked up that I have to bear, and that is what I come here for. So went to London today. Actually, a sponsor stepped forward with a loan, and it's a luckily no interest loan, no interest at all, no free interest. However, with you and have developed quite a stronger actual, probably could say, colleagues is coming together now, and that's really good because we're being really trusted with what would be considered professionals. So I actually spent a lot of time today with teachers, scholars, professors, scientists. You wouldn't see somebody having a fag. In fact, I had to keep it back here, hid, and I certainly couldn't go to the corner and have a fag when I'm a mum, do you know what I mean? Around here, it'd be frowned on. It would be really, really, really looked down on. Like, seriously. Yeah, don't talk about meat around vegans now. So anyway, I took my kids to McDonald's at the end of it, but I actually did get a vegetarian wrap for them in the end, and I had the double cheeseburger. But yeah, I even made it a double. I just felt like it. Sorry, lamb, beef, whatever you were, child, maybe, who knows. So anyway, I had one goal on, as people know, on a Monday morning, well, Sunday tonight, right now. Actually, Amber, you're 10 minutes late to change all of the things over, so you're fired. So Amber loves me. Really, she does. She loves me. Unfortunately, she won't go away. She drives me nuts. She's been there 5 years. 5 years. Why would I want to celebrate Amber working for me for 5 years? So tomorrow is the 13th of May, 2019. And it's been 2013, so 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. They say by the end of your life, you will have 5 people that you can count on. And the years that I haven't seen my children go on more than a whole life of building friends. 5. I can't remember what year I got up to, so 2013. So they were taken on the 13th of December 2010. No, they weren't. That's when I started all this shit. When did I start all this shit? I started all this shit a long time ago. As a kid, I made a decision. I knew who I was. I wasn't a kid that grew up to be what I wanted to be when I'm older. I was a kid that was what she is now, really. Not, well, obviously, sideline, I was being sexually exploited, per se, used, abused as a kid, baby, by my ex-stepmom's half brother, who was also a child. He was only 5 years older than me. And then I was gang raped when I was 11. That was after it all come out. The police and my dad caused that just because of gossips sitting around a table. And obviously it got out to the streets of kids, the martial arts kids. I was the kid that, I got raped pretty much on a daily basis by boys at school and things like that. So for a bit of a consecutive year and stuff. And then I was part of graders, and I was the kid that could dance in white leggings, and bandmaster, and the 21-year-olds and the 19-year-olds all fuck the 15-year-olds. You know what I mean? I wasn't a slag. I was just vulnerable person. I deal with my shame. I deal with my shame every day, even as an ex-escort. So I'm not here to talk about my sex life. That's not my sex life. And that's what's wrong about the system, and what is wrong about like why they take our kids, because a lot of the people in my network, and I'm not shameful of what I'm talking about in any way, shape or form. But I don't have to be, let's put my face back, No, I'm not shameful of anything that I've been through. I have done the best with what I've known, with what I've got at the time, with the amount of money and budgets and equipment and things that I've had available to me. And anyway, what I actually come here to talk to you guys about was, how many years is it, by the way? I haven't seen my kids for, so 9 take away 3. Would probably have the label dyscalculus, so I can't do this shit in my head, by the way. I'm labeled autistic, Asperger's, so my brain doesn't work neurotypically. My brain works, what does my brain work? My brain works, I don't know, just because some guy called Hans Asperger's decided to study the brain and come up with this different way that we, the Aspies, have more common sense than the neurotypicals. Basically, if you have a look on the brain scan of somebody, how do these people make decisions over people's lives? This is fucking funny. I mean, how does a man sit in a court, right? They don't wear wigs in family courts. It's criminal court. They wear wigs in. When they gagged me, he didn't actually, he took his wig off. They fucking nick things. That's why they wear these wigs. But they do have to wear their wigs in, I think it's in the Supreme Court and in the Royal Courts of Justice, but in magistrates and things like that, they don't wear them. But how does somebody sit in this throne, this thing that sits above me or below me or whatever, or above me, make a decision over my life on whether or not I can be a parent and have my right? Because there is a right in this country for as long as we live under the EU, and even when we don't, it will. That's what we've got to do now. This is my job. This is what I was here to do. I was here to write the new what David Cameron was going to call the British Bill of Human Rights. I think that's what we're going to call. But I represent your spiritual rights, because I'm here for all you spiritual beings that are having a human experience, which is every single fucking one of you. So you better get your lives in order, because I'll pray for you every day. And your hard work, some of you, because some of you are hard work because you use your own trauma to keep yourself down every day. And what annoys me is you go to the doctors and you've got a lot to say and you get about 5 minutes, and then they give you the label depression, and because you get more benefits, then you choose to live under this depression label because it gives you more money. So there's a lot of people that like to be labelled, because if they weren't labelled, then they wouldn't be able to sit on their asses all day and not have to work. But then why should any of us go to work if you want to put it in that sort of category? I'm not the one judging. I'm just feeding back things that people have said to me over the years as I thrash everybody's head and ask lots of people questions and try to get to the core of why we don't have community spirit here in the UK, because I travel a lot and I get to see, you know, lots of different aspirations and dreams and projections of human existence. You know, it is only a mirage after all. You know, it is only a computer screen that you're talking to me through, and so is the mirror that we see in our own perception and reality of our focal vision. Do you know what I mean? So you only exist as a human being beyond your own perception and your own understanding of the reality of the world. So we, the human being, not doing, human doing. So why do you get up to go to do something? You should just be. So you, the human being, I'm not here to teach anybody either, by the way. I don't believe that I'm here to teach anybody. I'm here to break my gag. I'm here to tell you that Aaron and Faith were kidnapped by Flintshire County Council, or by, you know, Cheryl Osborne and Stephen, what's his name? And, you know, basically 4 people walked into a hospital room, made a decision and went home and slept that night. And I think that's pretty disgusting. But also another man also slept very peacefully, knowing that I was getting dropped off on a coach at 4:45, so not, you know, too late to go and book into a hotel and get some sleep, but a little bit too early to be able to have gone and picked this van up at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, of which over the space of 3 weeks had been talked about, you know, making sure that I could be there for 10 o'clock. So I had to travel 4 hours up to pick a van that I was going to purchase off of Marketplace on Crackbook. So, you know, it had been negotiating problems with the van, the fact that it was old, it was an M reg, it was up for 3,500. He, you know, had lovingly done a lot of work to this van. If the van was genuine, he could be literally sitting there taking, you know, money off people and willing to take, you know, lower prices on that photograph for thousands of families, for all I know, and the police won't investigate it. They say it's civil. But basically I was lured. I've been looking for a van for a very, very long time to be able to do this for you guys. You know, it wasn't easy doing this with a double buggy and carrying 2 car seats, because I have to take the 2 car seats to take the boys on the coach. So, you know, as soon as I leave, as a mother, I mean, any mother will know, you can't walk out the door and just walk out the door when you've got kids, and certainly not babies. You've got a lot of preparation and planning, depending on what it is that you're doing. Dads just don't think about this shit. They think about the car keys and you know, have they had a shit? Have they, you know, is their tummy hungry? And have they got any meetings? And like, sorry guys, but our brains are wired different. We're not equal, you know. Just because fuckwits out there can't be asked to actually pick up a fucking book and read it and learn something, and you sit in a chair and read from somebody who's actually just written a book. You know, a conversation with a wise man's worth 1,000 books. And if actually people listened and understood each other and got to know each other and cultures, and you know, like, English people don't go to other people's countries and try to talk their language. I think that's very rude. Like, seriously, that's like very ignorant and very rude. Why would you go to somebody else's country and expect them to conform to your ways? Like, if somebody in another country, say Greece or Turkey or Spain or something like that, and I want to go on holiday for 2 weeks, then why should I go over to their country and be a loudmouth British, getting really fucking pissed and drunk and leery because it's about the only concept that I fucking have, because I have no culture and understanding, and I don't really like those fucking Turks and all this shit, you know what I mean? Them fucking packies, fucking racist cunts, fuck off. Seriously, if I've stood around somebody who's like that, I'm likely to fucking knock their jaw off, and I'm pretty much like that. I was raised in boredom. What the fuck do you expect? I was getting raped on a daily basis by kids. What the fuck do you expect, you know? And my dad was the first person with Mike Shipley to bring jiu-jitsu over to the UK. So, you know, what do you expect? I was taught to headbutt before I could even walk, you know. Even the police know that if they tried to arrest me, the likelihood of me knocking even up to 8 officers out very, very, very quickly is quite high. The problem is I have EDS, and my body is very fragile, and if they try to cuff me or twist my arm, I'm likely to do my eye on the bone, which I did on my right wrist when some man tried twisting it up behind my arm because I wanted to leave, and he was trying to ask me about my childhood sexual abuse, and I was like, well, you don't really have the right to ask these sort of intimate questions, because we're not in that, like, if I want to talk to you about it, I'll talk to you about it as and when I want to talk to you about it, and certain questions are off limits at certain points in time. And if I, at that particular point, I did a social evening where I had a couple of Jack Daniels, and I don't wish to talk about that sort of stuff under the influence of alcohol, because it makes me very emotional. So if you want to talk to me about that stuff, then you talk to me about it when I don't even want to say, like stone cold sober, because I've never had a drinking problem in my life. Cannabis, but it's not a problem. It's something that, it wasn't a problem previous in my life, like before, and it's not a problem in my life now. So, but when I've been in hospital and, or I'm dealing with like A&Es, because when I go into hospital, they put me on morphine, and I've been on gas and air for a few days, and I'm put on ibuprofen, codeine, Tramadol. I hate hospitals. I hate hospitals. Do you know how many tubes I've had out my ass? How many tubes down my throat? How many people opening my legs and sticking these silver things up them, opening up my things, X-rays, doodah, blah, 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 blah. I wouldn't even want to fucking write a book on that. Like, seriously, it bores the crap out of me. So anyway, as I was explaining, I have no idea how many people are here. I have no idea how many comments. I have just literally, that's interesting. I've tagged somebody on here and they've removed their tag, but it's left a bracket with a number, and it's 5527229019100087 ... 844 ... XR International, and I can't see the other one, but it's after XR International Mother's Day March, so that will be the International Day Mother's Day March event. Yeah, so did not want me to speak on the platform, mate. It was so funny. They were all stood blah, 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 and I'm not being patronising or doodah, because I met some very beautiful people, but I also met some very people who had their hands tied behind their backs and not above their pay scale, basically, is the common word that I get from the police, MPs, scales, doctors, nurses, people like that. That's the common. When I say, look, this is what I say to people when I meet them. I must speak, when I go on rallies, I must speak up to 1,000 police officers. I probably speak to 9 or 10 doctors, 11 or 12 nurses, 100 like students or stuff like that. 1, 2, 3 maybe of parents have had children taken. Don't forget, in the scale of the world, this is an insignificant problem. You is just drug addicts. Oh my God. Little Miss Sunshine. I'm actually quite a nice person, really, by the way. It's just that I'm full of loaded down with grief and shit. And it's been a few years since I've seen my kids on tomorrow's date. By the way, I feel a bit down and tired, and my voice is going. It's like 12:30 at night. I literally left here on Friday at 10:30 p.m. and my son, oh, my arms are killing me, seriously. I can barely move, guys, like seriously. I can't even be asked about, oh, seriously, 2 seconds, I just got to crack my elbow, my shoulder. Here we go. Oh, seriously. Oh, I've lived with all my life, so you're welcome to go, I do take it personally, but I don't take it personally. The time that you go, I could be dead, you know what I mean? That's a really slow reaction, for fuck's sake. But like, anyway, what was I going to say? So yeah, I left here on Friday with Elijah, Shiloh and Liam, and we walked down to the bus depot. Now I'm really lucky because I live in Portsmouth, and Portsmouth is Portsea Island, so we have everything here, from aeroplanes, ships, boats, hovercrafts, trains, taxis, cars, all forms of transport. You can even get some Spain, France, whatever from here. I don't really have to go very far to do anything per se, but it's not really an area that I like. I loved, I tell you what, that scam artist did me such a favor. He really did. Oh, blessing to the scam. Like the scam, like, Lord, thank you for giving me a reason to go up to Chelmsford, not Chelmsford, where did I go? I went to, so I went from Portsmouth on Friday. I will give these guys an absolute thumbs up. So thumbs up to National Express, total thumbs up, apart from one thing, and that is that a mother on her own, or a father on his own, or any person travelling on their own with 2 children can't travel with 2 children under 2. Have to have somebody with them. So it's complete law, legality. It's the same. I had this problem with Aaron and Faith. It hasn't changed, and I'm still having the same problem. And all I asked social services to do was just give me a hand up to 2, because of, like, you know, the perimeter gate that I've got as a single mother on my own with no family support. I can't take my kids swimming on my own. This is exactly the same with Elijah and Shiloh. So in this country, in the UK right now, as a mother on my own, I cannot take 2 children under the age of 2 swimming. I can't take them on a coach. I can't take them on an aeroplane. I can't take them on a boat. I actually really can't take them on a bus or a train. Trains have always got away with it, ish, but officially they should check the ages of the children. Now, if you book a train online, then they won't do it. So if you book anything online, it is completely elite. So you can even test it now. Go and try it and book a ticket as one person on your own and try to put 2 children in. It won't do it. Put 2 adults in and put 2 children in. It will. Put 1 adult, 1 child in. It will work. I educated 15 people on this matter in their own employment, and this was a problem because I couldn't get on a bus today because there was 2 seats left. And I said, well, by your own laws, then Elijah sits next to me because I have paid for him as a 3-year-old to be able to come on with me to bypass your computers, and Shiloh gets to sit on my lap. And they said, no, that doesn't work either. And I said, why? Because he's over 6 months. Damn. So they wouldn't let me get on the bus, basically. So I had to book a later bus, and it was a 9 o'clock bus. And I said, I can't be here with 2 kids at 9 o'clock, like mental. That's like crazy. I'll just switch our car, jump in car and go. Do you know what I mean? I'm actually entitled to Motability, so it really fucking annoys me because to finish this for you bastards, I've got to still remain in a certain position to change over into the system. And it really, really annoys me because I was meant to make this transition in 5 years as a pilot study, and it's obviously been prolonged, and government can't get their heads and tails and asses into gear because they've taken the official fucking final fucking component out of the whole fucking thing. Do you know what I mean? That's like trying to put a bike together with no nuts and bolts. That's like stupid. Why would you want to do such a thing? But obviously, as when we started working with Leyland Council with the BLT, which was basically when you say, just you let you ask me, are we just visual, blah, blah, blah. So when you put a train on a track and like it's meant to go on the track and you haven't got the bottom bit under it, then it doesn't work. And that was missing within the system. And whether people conspiracies want to believe it's deliberate or whether it's just that there is a lack of understanding between top, middle and bottom in classes and mindsets and life, and we're trying to deal with so many people in the world that all have the freedom to be who they are, what they want to be, and stuff like that. And that's really difficult, because how do you, I say monitor, how do you monitor a world where there's so much corruption? And what do you define as corruption? There's greed. What do you define as greed? There's, obesity. Like, seriously, I'm sorry to do this to fat people, but I fucking hate them. They just grotesque me out, and I just see it as laziness. And why would you want to self-sabotage yourself in that way and just tell yourself that you're big bone? And I can say this because I've been a fat person, so I'm not talking with somebody who's always been a really skinny person. I'm talking about having to deal, and I even put my fat picture up. It's fine by me. I've had 6 kids. What do you expect to happen to my body? And I had eating disorders as a kid. I get a bit of a right to be a bit blunt about a lot of things, to be honest, because I've actually been through a lot of things. Because when you climb yourself out of being born, my mum was 15 when she got pregnant, but she was 16, just like literally. Hi there. Hello, John. Just 2 seconds. Let me deal with this. This is quite relevant to you, so I know everything that's going on. Just 2 seconds, because no, it's not a text message, it's an MSN message. Donald Trump. Could you please share Palestine media? Okay, so back around onto Palestine at the moment. So layers on layers and layers and layers on layers. Anyway, I'll come and sort of have a bit of a catch up with what's going on, really. So basically, as I was saying, I left, and I feel obliged as well, because people sponsor me, people help me, people hinder me, people sabotage me, people like me, people don't like me, and I really don't care. I'm here to get a job done, and I'm going to get it done whether you people like it or not. So anyway, my ankles are fucking killing me, my back's killing me, I'm absolutely exhausted. I've been told by absolutely everybody that I have to rest and I have to take a day off, and I don't really know how to do that, so that's a bit of a problem. I don't really get to stop until it's done, so we have to halt the adoption drive. So literally, as soon as I see in the papers that all adoption drive associated matters have been suspended, all current applications for adoption have been suspended, I'm not telling them to stop adoption altogether. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking them to, basically, pull all of the computers to every, private and council, more so council, yes, more so council. But there are illegal offshore adoption agencies that aren't actually, well, they are adopters, but they are people who don't have criminal records and haven't been caught for crimes. But what they're doing is they're just offshoring these kids for lots of amounts of money, and these people, potluck, are going to really nice rich people that have got lots of money, that are going to do very well by these children that are being adopted, probably neglect them, go to work and stuff at stupid times, and be raised by nannies and all that sort of stuff. But they will be fine young citizens in this society, or maybe completely fucking up cokeheads, I don't know. Have I just fragmented? Amber's just texted me to just say that I just blacked out, so I might have just fragmented. So sometimes I'm aware of when it happens and sometimes I'm not. The fact that I'm using the word I is fine. That means I'm talking in first person, which is Kelly. That's the name that I've been given by my mum and dad, and that's the person that people associate with me. So when I talk in I and I talk about Kelly, well, there you go. When I talk about I, and I say I, me, then obviously I'm present and I'm here and I'm whole and I'm balanced and blah, 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 blah. But if I sort of talk Kelly, then I'm talking about something or something in my life that is quite deep and scarred and quite rooty, and what it's done is it's a time and place, especially as a mother. You know, mothers can't have coughs, colds, go for a shit, have time out or stuff like that, because, you know, it's very difficult to find somebody to take over the job that we do, or even if we can, it's whether or not they'll do the job that we do. And, you know, damn anybody that raises my children in any other way that, you know, is right for them. You know, you get in the way of my children. It's simple, isn't it? I don't really need to say it anymore. But you know, somebody today, what did somebody do today? What did somebody do today that I had to sort of like say? I can't think what somebody did. Oh yeah, Elijah was on top of when we were going through. So anyway, car thing, I can't be asked talking about it. I haven't got the van. I need to start again, get a new van. He was a scammer, and you know, I'm really glad that he hasn't got any money in his bank right now. And you know, my son has video screened everything, and a couple of people that I know are pretty annoyed, and I don't have any responsibility in how they're dealing with this man, so I don't get a say. They've already got all his details, so Jack, watch your back. So basically, one of our sponsors got me the loan, put up a hotel last night, and me and the boys made our way back from wherever it was that we went. That was really beautiful, and had met lovely lots of people, and did lots of networking and associations with people, obviously talking about everything that I talk about, because I live it, breathe it, eat it, sleep it, shit it. It's who I am. It's what I do. So it's who I be. And till my kids are home, and even when my kids are home, you know, my kids will be living in an environment where we are rescuing and helping people from social services, unless this happens. So that's the way it will be. We will be the people you run away to. We'll keep you safe. I just need lots of money to do this, because oh god, my body. Seriously, I can't get up. Get up. I need a fag. Oh, is it really worth getting a fag? I have to move my body, but I can't get up. This is going to be so funny. Do I actually want to see how EDS affects someone? Really? Okay, I need to get off the floor. I'll show you. I feel like a fucking tin man. Right, do you want me to explain what's going on being it is EDS Awareness Month? It's my birthday. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm going into my 50th year this week. I'm going to be 41. So anyway, I would really love somebody to like pull my toes right now. In fact, take my shoes off my ankle. And while you're doing it, just get your hand right underneath where the heel is. Put, making the invisible visible. Put your, I can't move my shoulder's frozen. I'm actually reversed, by the way, so because I'm on my laptop. Put your hand, I can't do it, so I'll pull my shoulder 2 seconds. So put your hand underneath my shoe and put your thumb on top and just go and just pull my ankle and go and pull my toes. And while I'm doing this with my hands, by the way, this hand here, by the way, is numb as fuck. All the way in here, and my hands here, like,
feels like I have got swollen fingers, but obviously I can feel that they're swollen fingers, so it doesn't feel like they have swollen fingers. I have swollen fingers, and it feels like swollen fingers. So I know how that feels because I have it. If you've ever had swollen fingers, then you will know right now that like, my fingers feel really tight, really numb, tingly. I have pins and needles in my hands, I have pins and needles in my feet. Oh shit, I've just literally done, it's not a rib, it's like a muscle that has like a little bit of a ligament around it, around my belly. I don't know what that is, but I've just pulled. So, and I've just pulled my shoulder. So, and now the muscle has just tweaked on this side of my left, right, and now I've just cracked my neck. So basically, this ankle, this is why I dance. See, what I do is I literally, ow, listen. You ready? There you go. It's not even finished. So basically, when I do my dance aerobics physio, I literally crack the music on, I put my feet down on the floor, and I rotate and roll my feet around, and I do it to the music, and then my legs go and my knees go, and I literally one by one, go through. So basically, every muscle. Now this is because obviously I've been out pushing a double buggy with 2 car seats on it and 2 children around fucking London and this other place, and I've been on 3 coaches and been on buses, trains, and all sorts. I'm getting texts like mad. I've lost my other phone as well, so I've no camera for doing lives. I don't even know where I put my phone, so whatever it is probably Amber letting me know something. This ankle also needs the same treatment. So if you're just joining me now, my name is Kelly Cottam. I am an interventionist, trainer and coach. Was for Robins International for our basket brigade and Unleashed Power Within. I didn't do Date with Destiny or any of the other ones, just the UK. And I never got to travel because I have my kids, and it was a bit challenging. And literally, when I do UPW, I work from, I'll probably leave on a Wednesday. I set off first class always. So I set off on the train from Preston, usually. My legs are really itchy. It's a bit of an EDS thing, but it's also because I haven't shaved for fucking 40 days and it's driving me nuts. Because I literally only packed to go from here, Portsmouth, to wherever it is. The name's just completely gone from my head. Where the races are, Cheltenham. So we went up to Cheltenham. So I had to go from Portsmouth to Cheltenham to go and pick up the van, and I was picking it up at 10 o'clock, and I had 2 car seats with me because one, I needed them on coach anyway because I can't go on a coach without the car seats, and they don't hire them, so I have to take them. And which is really annoying if you're just travelling and you want to go out for the day and all of this, because you've got car seats, so it makes my life a little bit difficult. So and these are the hurdles that you don't see, that you just think I'm making excuses for. So basically, I'm talking about EDS because it's EDS Awareness Month, and I have EDS. It has me. Sometimes we dance, and today I really feel like dancing. So if I feel like dancing, it's because I just need to crack my body and give it a bit of a. Liam's bust his ankle tonight, bless his cotton socks, and he won't go to the hospital because he knows, like me, that what will they do? Do a couple painkillers, maybe do an x-ray. X-rays don't work with us, we have MRI scans. All the funding has been pulled from MRI scanning. If you have a look at the research, Theresa May has told all of the NHS and privates that they have to sell their magnetic boudoir grey things, and it's all got to go, get shut down. And my legs are so itchy, it's really annoying. I've got myself on full vision here because I'm giving you an insight into EDS. EDS is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It is a connective tissue disorder, and it exists in my body and causes me some activity, hypermobility. I have over sensitive body and mind and soul. Basically, I can do things like this, yeah, a bit that way. My fingers. It's just an example. I've just locked one of my fingers in, so what will I do? See the inside of my hand? So I can take my whole inside. Yes. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Like, seriously. My hand's actually rolling down the wall around and going. So I can take this one. Ready? I think I've got a wall behind me. Where am I? I've got a fridge behind me. It's a bit different. So I always tell a police officer that if you put the cuffs on me, I will take those cuffs off over the top of my shoulders and I will wrap it around your neck and smack my fucking head against you if you think I can't do that fucking. So anyway, one, by the way, if you ever join us on the Extinction Rebellion, please make sure before you step onto any arena where there are police border controlling it or you see any of our yellow jackets, please make sure that you have attended an XR training prior to making your stand. We will actually select individuals who are arrestables, and it will be written on your back that you are an arrestable if you attend any XR event over the next 7 years, maybe. Depends whether people get their acts together or not, and whether I get my kids home. I'll keep going on my shit until I'm too busy at home with 6 kids and can't get out there on the streets. In fact, they probably believe in me as well. So anyway, so I have EDS, it has me. But this week, guys, it is mental health awareness. And mental health is associated with, I remember when I was at school once, oh, shit, there you go. I remember, yes, it's painful. Sometimes it's inconvenience, but I remember when I was at school once, the drama teacher said to me, I picked this, and we had to, what's in your pockets? Let's have a look. So, what do I keep in my pocket, say, guys? What do you keep in your pocket? Oh my goodness. I have a McDonald's dog, a receipt for co-op. I have my Manifestation London wallet thing that I keep for keeping my cash card in for every time that I need to manifest going to London or traveling for you guys and I don't have the money, because obviously I only get like about £1,100 a month, and I'll have to pay for this shitty 1-bedroom flat, which cost me about £417 a month. And that's also for my service charges and the ridiculous bullshit economy heating. And then I have 2 council taxes. I also have to pay council tax with my son here, so I don't get a single person allowance. And our bills and obviously stuff. So doing all this stuff, I haven't got the budget. And also I don't get up every morning to go and do a job where I get an hourly rate for what I do. I work free. You know, my boys I don't invoice my boys for changing their nappies and doing all the things that if I went to a nursery, it would cost me, well, I'm having this challenge at the moment with paying for nursery so I can work. So I can actually tell you it's about £23 for the morning and it's about the same for the afternoon. So and then you've got paid individually per section. So if somebody is paid to do what I do, then, you know, and actually that's a lot of people there to look after my children, so that's a lot of people getting paid, then, you know, I'd be a very wealthy woman, because I'd be paid to be a nurse, I'd be paid to be their photographer, I'd be paid to be their videologist, I'd be paid to do their graphic designing, I'd be paid to be their nappy changer, I'd be paid as their carer to bath them, I would be paid for their taxi service for all of their clubs and things, I would be paid for their care to take them to any of their medical stuff, I would be paid for any form of education that I do as a teacher, I would be paid to be a counsellor, I would be paid to be their shrink, I would be paid to be their nurse, their physician, I would be paid to be their physio, and I do my children's physio, I would be paid to be their personal trainer, I would be paid to be, like, seriously, do you want to put all the labels in what a mother is? A father goes to work, and he is the provider, as per my understanding of the world. It doesn't seem to be that, and I apparently have to go to work to support my children and work, and I don't really understand this. So I just believe that I don't understand why the men out there don't have that value, that if you stick a dick in somebody, that you are responsible not just for your children, but for the mother that works 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for 18 years, and then to the day those children die, and you want her to sit on benefits in a shitty house and raise your children. What sort of cunt are you? That's absolutely fucking delicious. You know, get off your fucking asses and go and put your family in the standard that all children, mothers and fathers deserve, and get your acts together and stop sticking your dicks in people that you have no fucking chance of ever taking responsibility for that person or their children. Like, seriously. Like, oh, seriously, this world drives me up the wall right now. I really struggle with it. So, anyway, I've just come back from this. If you do attend, you will all have sticker on you. You all must identify, because if anybody in the public is in the area, then they are subjected or liability to being arrested, because once you step into the quarantined, people have been protesting for years. You know, we are probably one of the only main countries and stuff that I'm trying to get off the floor. I remember. So I still am trying to get off the floor. I've just bucked my ankle. So I'm all back for it and other stuff. I just feel like it's in there. So I will try and do the next stage in a minute to get there in there. So basically, this logo, what's in the middle of it, stands with the top on and the bottom. Obviously, take the top and the bottom off. Can't see in the camera and I'm working backwards. We all know what the X stands for. The circle. Are they poison? If I just wrote you up. Sorry. I'm still live, so check them out. It's myself. So this across here, and this across here, and this is an hourglass. So if people want to decide what they think this logo stands for, that is an hourglass. So you want one of those things. Yeah. You turn. So it's basically saying that time is running out. And we've got to break the cycle. We are all going to die. It's a fact. Can't escape it, can't get out of it, but most of us live in the fear of it. Death is coming to us all. We're born and we die. from the cradle to the grave. What you do in the middle is up to you. However, we live in a, I don't know, do we live in a communist? Do we live in a democratic? Do we live in a liberal? Do we live, what have I got in my bag? Got the glasses, which still, if anybody from XR wants to claim these glasses, please do. If you've got a photograph of me wearing them, it's fine. I have manifested these glasses at last time's protest. I love them. I have a feeling actually that I've got them off copper, because there was something to do with driving with the glasses that I was wearing, and it's legal to drive with a certain lens, and I do believe that these are official police ones where the dark lenses are actually set so they can actually wear for driving. And as you will see, I don't know if it's the doodah police, or actually they are police glasses that become branded. So I don't know. I think I did get off proper. I don't know. Yes, it does not. It annoys me. It grates me. It winds me up. Another cult pursuit. Oh, met a woman for. I really need these flyers, guys. I need these flyers. I need stickers. In fact, I've gone and stuck stickers through Portsmouth with Cummins. Right across from the police station, of course. Extinction Rebellion. I didn't do the. In fact, I should actually. Yeah. So anyone out there, by the way, run with it. Get one of these. Stick them around. Stick coming soon on it. XR guys out there, any of Danny and all that sort of stuff. If you wanna like just rebrand and put coming soon all over it. So yeah, met Parents for Future UK. Everyone is needed, everyone is welcome. It's a green heart cut out and wear at the next strike. So basically what people are doing is we've all got our logos, we've got our brands, all got a piece of the puzzle that we're all bringing to the table, and we're all each individually going off and being the change that we need, based around our own values and beliefs, not about anybody else. So basically this is Parents for the Future UK. Connect with Parents for Future UK to find out how you can help the youth in their demands for a safer climate future. Who are Parents for the Future? Ordinary parents like you. But they're the older generation, and we're listening. They're saying, you know, we're all listening to the youth. You know, we need to listen to the youth. Yeah. So we're parents of all stripes, careers, grandparents, uncles, aunts, individuals who support the youth generation in their fight for a habitable planet and the future of the world. We are spreading across the globe and have represented over 123 groups in 224 countries over 4 continents, and we aim to grow. So connect to find out. So find out about our initiative by visiting our website and social channels. See you there. So the website, if you want to know more about them, is parentsforfuture.org.uk. Instagram for Parents for the Future _UK. Twitter, Parents_for Future. Facebook, Parents for the Future for Future UK, and then WhatsApp, parentsforfuture.org.uk on WhatsApp. So I can't see it. I get Amber to find it. So connect. It's lovely woman down there. And also some local tips. You know, I bought 3 packets of local tips today, and they didn't turn up in the bag, and God is trying to tell me something. So anyway, I'm going to catch you guys later. I've had a get out of my head session. Join me tomorrow for Monday morning motivation with Kelly, where my robots might do some of the work for me because I'm on the day off tomorrow. Don't forget on my business pages that most of my posts are actually preset. So, but actually while I'm live, it's working in the background to get everything changed over. And as you'll see now, so you can see how much work Amber does. I'm still trying to move. I could, if my head kicked me into it, I'm just explaining it to you stage by stage. It wouldn't take me this long. I just have to tell myself to get up and just, sometimes it's easier just to jump. So I'm showing you stage by stage what it's like. I can do it with a smile on my face, or I can do it crying in tears. Right now, I feel like crying in tears. So yeah, join me tomorrow morning. Well, join my Cracked Book Robots tomorrow morning for Monday morning motivation. I'm going to be taking the day off tomorrow. Well, actually, I'm not going to be taking the day off tomorrow because my son done his ankle in, and he was going to put the house row through for me while I was away, but he like literally can't even stand on it, and he worked full day yesterday. He did his ankle a lot later. I'm just trying to sort my ankle out. I really struggle in the mornings with my ankles, guys. Like, even if I go downstairs, like, seriously, like, I'm helping people carry a double buggy with 2 car seats on it, going downstairs where I can't even see my footing, getting off the chains and stuff. Like, seriously, like, me without a car is lethal. I'm actually legally entitled to mobility in this country because of this condition, to help me get out and about. So anyway, next stage. So anyway, one problem that I did have is I have no branding on me for this weekend because obviously I plan to come back in the van and load up. The only thing red that I had on me was my jacket, and it was fucking roasting today, so I wasn't wearing my little snuggy beef coat that I wear that keeps me red. I didn't have a red pen on me, and with a double buggy, I just couldn't stop into the shop to get a red pen. So I'm back, and as it is a significant date for me tomorrow, which is the 13th of May, which was the last time that I saw Aaron and Faith, when I was told that I couldn't see them after the judge had already ordered for my children to be removed from the abusing bastard that one day I'll kill. If he ever goes missing now, he'll die himself, he's a fat bastard. He'll kill himself into an early grave. So basically, the social worker put them back with them, and I saw straight away the custard cream, so I knew that they were back with them. And I asked my son, did you see Lenny, which is their son? And he said, yeah. So I put my kids in the contact car, and I told the social worker that I wanted to see her. I'm going into my cave, guys. Actually, what do you reckon? Who fancies coming climbing with me and raising loads of money? Once I set up as a charity, we can, but I can't really do all this sponsor stuff, jumping out of parachutes like all the adopters and everybody does for our children to get them off them, but you can't be asked to do fuck all to help us, apart from Danielle and a couple. I think somebody actually donated some love bombs. Thank you very much to people did. And my friends, seriously, guys, I love my friends. Like, not my friends from my previous life. You're just a bunch of fucking cunts who went out with the shit, and even with my family. But the people that I call my friends in this world, like, you know, like one mum that I met in. She's a wheelchair user as well, so like I'm not a wheelchair user, I should be, but I can't be asked. It's too heavy and bulky and I can't be asked moving it, and I like to just push through every second millimetre of every day. So I have EDS, it has me. It's EDS Awareness Month. I'm absolutely knackered. I've probably been online for about an hour now. I have no idea what I've got out of my head. I might watch it back, I might not. Amber will tell me in a minute whether it was worth doing or not. I have no idea why I do them, other than that I get overloaded and overwhelmed, and I find it's a great way to help. I have no idea who's here, who watches, who interacts. I get a bit stressed with people, so they don't tend to interact. So maybe sometimes just, if you're on, just like do a like, do if you like what I say, you do a laugh. If it annoys you, do an angry thing. And then I can see visually. And then if I'm on my phone, because I can't always see these comments, and if I'm here and I ask, you know, just interact, tell me who you are. If you're in on after this, then please write comments about this. Give me some feedback, some positive feedback would be nice. What I could maybe do better, what ideas you've got, how things could work better. You know, even in the input into any graphics, have any ideas how we can campaign, market, promote, get the awareness out, get the attention, and get law change, and also, you know, basically, you know, lay a better foundation down for our future generation, because if they live with the residual of what we've done, they're fucked. As if Mother Earth don't wipe us off first. And science has already said that we've got like 13 years, guys. The report is proving it. We've got 13 years. 13 years into internal combustion. Wow. We knew it was going to happen at some point, but science can pretty much pinpoint it. And I'm sure the last person who predicted 13 years ahead, it turned out that we were closer than they thought, and we just got it out by 10 years. So we could officially have something. So obviously everybody's on about climate change. I don't believe that we, the human beings, could damage the world in the way that they think that we can, because like I told them all today, I said if I went and trampled over those flowers, they would regenerate. But unfortunately, it's not so much what we're doing to the planet, as in, well, it's things, it's all connected, but you know, we've got so many breeds of animals that are nearly extinct. I don't know what the service of these animals are or what they should be doing, but you know, people cut ivory down on rhinos, and you know, tigers, white tigers is very, very rare. Lots of animals are very rare. There's certain monkeys that are very rare. I mean, ALF, the organisation, have been going in and setting monkeys for years. I mean, what you need to understand is, just because you're seeing this stuff now, I mean, people have been pushing and plugging this stuff for years. ALF has existed for, like, even when I talk about Dean, I mean, I'm 40, I'm 41 this week. It's my birthday on Friday, and I've got a big fundraiser going on my birthday, guys. If you do want to chip in, it's fine. If you don't. You want to buy me a present, don't. You do want to do, it's completely up to you. I might even do an online birthday thing, have a birthday, do a thing here. I don't know. It's my birthday. What do you want to do? So, I'll just be with my kids. My son will be at work. And none of my family and friends want to spend it with me or send me a card. So, what do you guys want to do? I just want to work and make money, so I've got the equipment to do the documentary, the filming, make sure I've got a rig when we turn up at platforms, make sure we've got speaking equipment and mics. Have a look at the videos, you'll see, you know, I want to be under our banner, I want to be under Step Up Britain, I want to move the mountains, I want to really take this to a level that I know full well that, you know, even Robin, what is it, Tommy, whatever, can't take this, and they're just taking you like fucking miles. It's car crash waiting to happen. I want you to, you don't have to protest to make a difference. You don't have to come out to make a difference. What I could have done with today, and not one of you turned up, and the other campaigners that we have out all went up to hold the bridges and stuff, because we had some other stuff going on around the unofficial stuff today as well. They fucked you off, mate. They ain't standing for you parents anymore. They've moved well over to XR. They're standing for this stuff. Might talk about things, but they've given up. They're saying if you ain't there to do it, they don't give a shit. That's how it is. So basically, I had to force and take the mic off of this group today, because obviously it's funded and paid for by political parties, and I don't sit on their list and stand there rehearsing speeches, and they will literally all have speeches that they've written out and prepared and read from the speech and stuff, and obviously I just went up and took the mic and spoke, and they don't like it because I speak from the heart, not from the mind. I was a bit edgy today, so I did fuck up a little bit, because I didn't have 40 minutes to talk to a lot of people. I didn't have even really a 3-minute pitch. I had to keep them there, hold them there. But one good thing is when they were singing their song about Mothers Rising, everybody was just sitting on the floor not quite sure what to do. Well, I sort of lost the plot, didn't I? And I'm going. So I stood at the call, I'm like, fuck this shit, I can't cope with this. I'm a Robbins coach, mate. I'll get you on your fucking feet and make you rise. Maybe there's a video of it, I don't know. And I just literally stood and I was like, and Mothers Rising. This is just to finish it at the end. And they're all just sitting like that. And it's like, nah, get you on your fucking feet, mate. So I've stood there going. And when they're going rising, I'm going to get them up. And one by one they stand on until they were all stood on their feet. For the last bit, we have rise. They were fucking brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. It was lovely to watch. It would have been lovely to have had the amount of people that we had with all the London stuff. Obviously, it's waning, people going back to work. People being late for work, a lot of disruption going on. But unfortunately, it's going to go on. I mean, I'm in it till 2020, so and I always knew I was in it till 2020. I did 2010 to 2020. This is my 10 years, mate. I haven't even finished. I had a 25-year plan. So that was just one 5-year. So I didn't really know what I wanted to be when I grew up. I just get on with who I am. So my name's Kelly. I was named Kelly by my dad, James Davis, and my mum, Sharon Hill, now known as Sharon Wood, who donated 50 quid for me this weekend. So I was able to do a little couple of other bits that we didn't actually go for breakfast because I didn't really have time, but I was able to get my kids some extra bits, and I was sort of picked him up but he was absolutely going mental. He stole one out of somebody's bag. I had to give it back to him, so I bought him one of them ridiculous freaking over expensive £3.99 bloody they taxi on a bus. So thanks to my mum, I just was able to give my kids a couple of little bits and made it a little bit easier being under the circumstances. And thank God to my mum that, if this lady who's really helped us out doesn't want to be known publicly and says her husband would kill her if she knew. So she put up about I think I'm in debt about 250 quid to her at the moment, so maybe 300. Don't know if she keeps putting a little bit more extra in to help me out, especially when I went to the bank, so I had to see wow. I was like, what? I'm gonna get on the bus and train hopped. But I wanted to stop and get some bits and get some stuff, and she'd done it to help me, so but luckily somebody actually overheard me go, I've got no money. And you get on the bus and just sort of went, just take that and see how it goes. And someone thought I was homeless today and gave me a £5 and refused to not let me take it, just said they wanted to bless my kids. So absolutely beautiful. Met lots of wonderful, beautiful people today. I always do when I go to these places. I absolutely love them. And it's about the only time I can ever go to London where it's safe for my kids, because it's all perimetered and shut down by police, which makes my life so much easier because they don't run into the roads, and all the coppers down there tend to sort of really know us. Everybody seems to know Elijah in this network. So in fact, he does more networking than I do. So so that's a bit of a catch up with Kel. That's been my weekend. I'll probably write 3 books about this weekend. Jack, you a cunt. Probably just got yourself a bullet to the head, mate. I really, really, really wouldn't put it past a couple of people that you've pissed off. You certainly probably got yourself a kicking. I certainly wouldn't put it past a couple of people that you've pissed off. And you certainly brought yourself a lot of karma that probably wasn't worth doing to your mother with 2 children up on a bus to get a car that doesn't exist or does exist or is fraud or a scam or whatever. I was naive and a bit of a fool to not do more research, and I put all my faith in Amber thinking she had done it, but obviously not. And obviously with the car registers and all that, I thought it had all been checked to the address and all of that because we had a mechanic involved, so obviously that wasn't done. Because we would have known that the address didn't match the address that I was given. That would have been a very simple clue, and I wouldn't have gone in the first place. I don't tend to deal with Yahoo addresses or anything like that. So anyway, I don't know what the communication was. I just knew that I could go and get the van at 10, and I put a lot of effort, and I was determined to make this happen, to be there for you, to get that fucking mic off and speak to those thousands of people in worldwide media for us. And I did. Against the odds. always. So hopefully we'll get me officially on speaking platforms. I want to speak to social workers, I want to speak to doctors, I want to speak to midwives, I want to speak to the police. I definitely want to speak to the police. If you are a police officer, I am asking you, if you attend to a removal and you know full well that those family is safe and that order has been granted illegally or wrongfully, and you are a good, honest, decent person, I don't give a shit what your pay scale is. Your integrity is not worth a pay scale. Your integrity and your time in the next realm from here is for eternity. 70, 80 years here is not worth sacrificing eternity in hell. Okay? This is hell. This is your test. This is just, yes. So anyway, I don't know if you can hear me. Amber's still here, so you must be able to. I'm going to seriously try to get up before and just show you what Elios is like. And you'll probably hear a few cracks. See if you, seriously, the muscles in my legs right now are fucking killing me. My ankle's going to go. Oh, shit. Welcome to my knees. On my hips. Oh, I think I'll just put the hand over the computer. So anyway, guys, I don't know why I do these. I just know that I've got a lot to say, and if you're here listening, that's your fault, not mine. I don't know who watches it, so if you've been here with me, just give me an idea of how many people have been here, because it doesn't let me know, and just say like, or hate. And if you could just let me know that you were here, and that I'm going to go off and get some sleep and get some rest. And tomorrow, guys, I am out. I'm out. The only thing I haven't got is some washing powder and some tokens. And if I had them, it would be so much easier, because I'll just stay in today. I've got a clean wash up. Liam hasn't been able to do what he was going to do for me over the weekend, so I can't get this body cleaning. So actually, Amber, I do have the funds tomorrow for someone to come in, so I'm not paid when I paid on the 18th. Could I hand over 20 quid tomorrow for someone to come in? Maybe. Oh my goodness, how many people are here? It's lovely. Oh, hello. No, you've got to seriously just be pressing lots of buttons. It tells me there that there's about 2 people there at the moment. Are you all like going two, or is this all individual ones? Wow, whoever's listening, the fact that you're still here, the fact that you're still around, that's a bit mental. Yeah, wow, I hope whatever you get from me, that it helps you go off and turn your mess into a message and be, a blessing to anybody and everybody, and leave the world in a better place than you walked in it. And learn about your carbon print. And if you don't understand your carbon print and don't understand us, then and when I say us, time's running out, guys. And if we don't get our home in order and don't get our integrity intact, and our children don't remain in their innocence, and people are out there fucking our kids and kidnapping them and causing all sorts of corruption over money, then it's time for oops upside the head. I say oops upside the head. So I'm your oops upside the head, and I'm telling you and me to get our shit together, get our house in order. And please do join me in July. When I tell you, when I take that mic, I need to go
any of my parents are here, can you please stand up? I need you to stand up. Tell me you're here. Please. Don't make me look out into that crowd and not one fucking one of you is there. Because you could get me arrested because I'm on my kids too. So don't do this to me in July, please, because I'm doing it for our kids, for our future generation, and for my kids. But I can't get my kids back this way. In fact, doing this sabotages me from ever getting my kids back. Sue has just got a 16-year ban. Sue and Mark up the tree, K-I-S-S-I-N-G. Amazing, absolutely brilliant, love it. Marriage in the party again. In fact, quite a lot of families are coming together within our units. It's beautiful. So, get your indexes on, guys. All you exiles out there, join us in July and turn yours red and support End It, which is human and child trafficking, and Forced Adoption Exposed, which is all us mums and dads and grandparents and aunties and uncles and cousins and family members and communities that have had children taken by the state and water courts being refused, and for families not to be able to have parties proceedings, parents being gagged, alienated, pulled into the secret family courts, and their children being taken in secret. Some of them genuine, some of them these people have a right to a private life, but independent complaints procedures are not allowed in the courts, and the misfeasance, malfeasance, non-misfeasance is being done within the courts because it's above their pay scale and they don't want to lose their jobs. And if they admit that they've committed perjury, therefore they're liable and they're suable. So in July, we've got to hold them accountable with 3 demands. They hold their adoption drive, they do their public inquiry. Well, it's not even a public inquiry now, they do their official inquiry. We've had the public inquiry, now it's the official inquiry. I have everything that proves everything from legal adoptions agencies to offshore fostering to trafficking to I have enough evidence that puts bullets to my head. So, you know, please, when I ask you to join me in July, and I want to bring our rig, I want to do this organised properly with the police, safely, family. I control the mic. I give you the freedom of speech. I give you your time, and if you come up to me and say I feel like talking, I will give you that platform, and that's completely fine. You want a voice, you have a voice. You know, this is the voice of the people. So, and we're all champions of the people. Do you know what I mean? We have to be right now. We have to come together as a collective society that helps our neighbours, loves our neighbours, as we should put ourselves. And if you don't understand someone's mental health, it doesn't mean you should alienate them. Just because somebody is diagnosed as schizophrenia, that doesn't mean you should think that they're mental and mad. Just because somebody has borderline personality, you should understand that. Just because, you know, all of these things, just because somebody is going through some form of trauma, what I'm going through, you've seen me have a mental health breakdown tonight. You know, on here, if a psychologist was looking at this, they would be confused as what to do with me because they wouldn't know what box to put me in. Obviously I have a psychology degree and I'm a coach, so it's a bit easier, but you know, hairdressers don't cut their own hair perfectly, do they? So I talk a lot. I could talk for Britain. I'm quite happy to do so, but if you want me to do so, and if you think I've got something worth saying, then you need to start sharing, liking, telling people why we should listen, tell me why I should continue, and help me fundraise, because I need millions, guys. I need 24 million. I don't need pennies and pounds. I need 24 million to achieve the ultimate goal for all of this, and that is to create a new complete centre that works from the inside, that we will each teach 100, and we work as a community You know, we can live where we want to be. We can be where we need to be. We've got the internet. Blah 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 blah. You know, it's a bigger picture than this. I started with before Aaron and Faith were taken. Money is just a piece of paper for exchange of time. You're gonna die anyway, so you might as well live while you're here. Enjoy yourself, make some memories, meet some good people, try something new, do something. Don't tell yourself you can't afford, why would you jinx yourself with that shit? Just, you know, focus on what you need. Sit down, calculate. I'm going to sit down, work the cameras, the intricates. I'm going to have to ask them, Amber, actually, if you can get on with it tomorrow, and ask them what equipment was on you with, what do you need, what's the basic concept. They'd all disconnected it and shut it all down, mate. Media held down, and I just went in, put it back in, and went, and there you go, intervention done. So I look forward to the education system writing in the papers, do not ask our children what they want to be when they grow up. Enable them to be who they are now, and maybe we might have a better word. And that's all we need to do. Let children be who they are. Free range kids, not factory kids, and children in gate institutions. Just take kids, create a whole new way of educating and use it as a community, parents engaging, a whole new way, mate. The new world order, as you all seem to be too scared of. And why can't we have a new world? Why can't we have a revolution with ourselves, take back our hearts, minds and souls, and stop being two-dimensional, maybe three, and remember that there are 11 dimensions, and you know, don't have to be in flesh and cruel and not understand your emotions, and have some emotional intelligence, understand why you're angry, what's annoyed you, how to communicate, and get rid of all the bullshit in your life and all your sins, and end it, put it over that side and move on and get on with it. Tomorrow's a whole new day, guys. You are your past thoughts and residual actions, but that was, I started just before midnight. That was yesterday, mate. My weekend's been and gone. Whatever you want to know about my weekend, unless it's relevant into tomorrow, I'm on to a whole new thing. I'm now going to go and deal with mental health for a week. It's mental health awareness. And obviously the 4 pinnacle people that we need to go for this week is, and actually, yes, let's brand them up. 4 people this week that we're going for. Prince Harry, Prince William, and the wives. Let's do it. I'm joining you this week talking about mental health, talking about the amount of parents that have had their children taken under the mental health bucket for labels and diagnosis for possible future emotional harm, and what is mental health. So please do join me, starting with motivation. No, Monday morning. No. Monday morning motivation. Yes, Monday morning motivation with me. And going through to Friday, whatever it is, shut down at 4 o'clock on Friday. Set your goals, set your intentions, get your heart right, get your straight, stand grounded, touch toes, blah, blah, blah. Put a smile on your face, jump up and down, feel good, change state. If you're feeling really bad, just change state, accept it, write it down, rip it up, and blow it out, move on. So whatever you want to achieve, just right now, just to be peace, or then just be peace. You want to be happy, then put on a happy song, go dancing. You want to deal with some shit, then sit down and do it. You want to put these in your coffee and get rid of them because of the amount of people that are dying over these shit, and do that. And want to pick up a fag and go and roll one, which is what I'm going to go and do now, and then go and do that. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for helping me get this off my chest. Thanks for helping me process and understand what's going on. I got 3 warnings from the Lord that this was a fraud, by the way, and I ignored them because I was testing it. I got 3. One by the mum, by actually the mum who did help me by ringing and saying she wanted to check whether it was a fraud. Another one by the other mum who gave me £30 for my birthday, wanted to ring to check if it was fraud. And then I went to log on to GoDaddy, and it gave me a warning that the doodah had come through fraud. 3 warnings. Trust your Ombi universe. It is connected to your own DNA. Your own DNA is personal to you. You are designed uniquely, bespokely, You are not meant to be cloned. You are not meant to be interpreted. You are not meant to be copied. You are not meant to be followed. You are not meant to be liked. You are just meant to be loved and to be loved and to love others and receive love in just the same way as you love yourself. So if you're skin and broke like I am, it's because you've got an internal battle with yourself that you don't receive. And it was really funny having a woman desperately giving me £5 telling me off not to be a prideful mother, that maybe it might help me with my kids to give them a bit of a treat today. And she really did. I actually gave it to a lady who was praying desperately, who I actually do know a couple of them on the streets, and they get put out by the traffickers, and then if they don't come home with anything, they get an absolute beating, and they sit there dreading that they might not get something that day. And I just, give us a kiss and give him a hug and just went, stick that in his pocket. It did, and it'd be all right, So hopefully one day I'll be able to get these people. So please do join us at End It. Go and research it. Go onto Facebook, End It, have a research. I'm trying to get forced adoption exposed connected, so all the campaigners accept state kidnapping as child trafficking. And if enough of you are willing to stand up at these meetings when I take that mic, you will stand up and show yourselves, Help the Adoption Drive or whatever, Linux, whatever, that they've got my kids. Faces of forced adoption, just faces of forced adoption, please. We are the faces. We're the mothers of forced adoption. We're the fathers of forced adoption. We are the grandmothers of forced adoption. We are the community of forced adoption. And when I take that mic and everybody's sitting there, I want you literally all to stand up in white tops, red, blah, blah, blah. And hopefully I can provide this and you can buy them off us so we can make some money to buy the vans and the equipment and all this stuff. That would be absolutely brilliant. If somebody out there wants to bless me for my birthday, I am open to receive. That'd be amazing. And come and do it personally, even better if you want, and we'll have a really nice day. 17th of May on Friday. Join me for the whole weekend if you want. Birthday weekend, why not? I'm actually meant to be in Cardiff because it's monster trucks. So I'm actually paid, so I could pull it off. It will skimp me out. So if anyone wants to meet me in Cardiff for monster trucks, let's try and pull that weekend off and take my kids to monster trucks for the weekend. I'd love to. That'd be brilliant. I wanted to do it Christmas and buy it, so maybe I might reset that intention. But it was meant to be with Dean as a family, so I'm taking Leon and my grandson, but now Dean, it's all just gone shit. So anyway, I'm taking tomorrow off. I'm going to go chill out, and I'm going to go get some sleep and let my son get up for work in the morning. It's not quite working us out, so we've been in a one-bedroom flat. So my mission is to find a home very quickly. Kevin Green, if you wish to help this family, please do. Amber, if you want to send this over to him and say, Kelly gave you a plug. If you want to learn more about property, he's going to be in Manchester. So please, homeless people, do go along and say hello and learn about property and what these people do, and get to know Kevin and get to know what he teaches and get to know how to buy some properties. And if you were willing to buy a property for me to help me get people off the streets and out of bad situations where they will be entitled to income support or the universal credits, housing benefit, universal credits, that's it, they're entitled to universal credits. If you're willing to take universal credits, wait about 8-9 weeks, then you will be guaranteed your rent, and it will be paid in a management system with my coaching plan and 18-month plan, and so they can buy this property off you on a rent buy. That would be absolutely amazing. And the more properties we've got, the more people we can help, the more land that we have, the more places that we can build, the more communities we can build. And I have a much bigger agenda than you could ever imagine. And hopefully one day I will die and my children will maybe leave my legacy as their mum. I hope to think that I want my kids to be proud of me. But I'd like to think that my children will say, that's my mum. That's my mum, she did that. And that would be really cool. And maybe some really nice thank you cards on my kitchen fridge would be lovely. So before I go, I did a business course and he said, how will you know that you were successful in what you did? And I said, buy the thank you cards on the 5th. He said, you can't do it like that. He said, you have to do it in money value. I said, I would have hit that 24,000 million mark. And if I've hit that, then I've achieved everything that I wanted to do for everybody. And I can go home. That'd be brilliant. So I can't wait to get out of this body. Can't wait to get out of this head either. And I can't wait to go home. I'm really, really, really looking forward to the day that I go home. I'll hopefully I'll have my place back with my Heavenly Father. And Mother Earth is really unhappy with what they're doing to our families right now. And, if these people don't stop doing what they're going to do, then there's a couple of vigilantes that are going to deal with it anyway. So let's hope it's never had to be me on the front line on that. If they ever take my kids, I won't be at the back, I'll be leading. So yeah, I didn't make it the whole march if you didn't see me on some videos, but if you have a look at the photograph online of the situation with my buggy, you'll understand why I wasn't in the middle of it all. And if anyone had woken my kids up in the situation I had with the large screaming around, please. No. So anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you guys. I'm really bored now, and I'm drained and tired and worn out and knackered and achy, and I'm just going to take tomorrow off and maybe see what tomorrow brings. Well, it's today, isn't it? So I can't really actually, because it's mental health awareness, and I'm sure this video will give me enough for the week to say that mental health, what will I say to people for mental health week? Fucking rip your labels off and just be you. And it's okay to not be okay. And to your friends and family, don't think it's drama just because somebody wants to tell you how they're feeling. Well, we want to hear happy thoughts all the time. Polarity exists. I can be a gladiator and I can be an angel. And so can you. So I will see you in July. Don't let me down, because you'd be letting your children down by not supporting me. And I know I'm the right person to do this because I was made for it. So anyway, I shall see you all soon. Again, thank you so much for being here on this live. The fact that you're here, the fact that you've just shown me with all them people here, that's absolutely freaking mental. I can't believe that there's that amount, because it just says there's 4 people up there. Sometimes I just think I'm talking to a brick wall, but the fact that you've all just said hello to me, it says to me that maybe there's more people watching than I think. Maybe more people do care than I think. Maybe people do want to help, and maybe I'm just a bit of a lion and not many people know what to say or how to approach me. It took Amber a year. She's been here for 5. One day Amber will probably write a book on just dealing with the wrath of Kelly Cotton. She gets it left, right and centre, and her mum is an absolute angel, because if anyone spoke to my daughter the way that I speak to Amber, I'd have shot her out the fucking door a long time ago. And Amber's mum rightfully deserves to give me an upside the head and how I treat her daughter sometimes, who actually Amber got an absolute beating by conversation we won't have, for coming all the way to London and ending up in a bit of a Kelly Cotton situation, stranded and having to be taken in, and it was a bit of an inconvenience for having to help her. So let's hope they don't get knocked upside the head one day, and maybe they learn that that's not how you deal with things here. So anyway, care, have compassion, be understanding, and if someone can properly make me one of these with the red and brand some things up, if you want to bring your skills, talents to the table, please do. If you I don't know, just get up tomorrow and whatever your intuition is telling you to do, just do that. And I'll see you on the other side. Love you lots. See you later. I'm really bored of my name, so I'm a mum, and all us mothers are rising. Do it for the kids, guys. Do it for the kids. If you can't do it for yourself, do it for the kids. See you later. Bye.
What's it doing? It's not even. I don't know. It's still there. End. Push the button. If you end this video live, end. There you go. I don't